The decisions they make influence sports in Arizona now and in the future. Every move they make is news. Doug and Wolf present Newsmakers Week 2014. Presented by National Bank of Arizona. Arizona Sports, now on 98.7 FM.
This week, Newsmakers Week, really shows you not the importance of the Doug and Wolf show, because we're pretty irrelevant.
No.
But the importance of you, the fans, because this isn't happening. Greg Popovich is not sitting in somebody's studio for 30 minutes. The general manager of the New York Yankees is not sitting in studio for an hour like Kevin Towers is today, because of basically the importance that the local teams feel towards you. And Kevin Towers is doing just that on Newsmakers Week. If you have any questions for the GM of the D-backs, just use the hashtag Newsmakers, and we'll be asking those questions. And pretty heavily involvement by you coming up in about 15 minutes. Those of you that have tweeted in, we're going to be asking a lot of your questions. But Kevin, you just mentioned in the last, what we call beautiful part of the program, was Paul Goldschmidt. I love the jokes, America's first baseman, JJ puts in the T-shirt, great idea. But I think the Freddie Freeman deal really opened people's eyes of how great the news was a year ago of your signing of Paul Goldschmidt to the deal, which is still pretty unbelievable, the contract that you have. Why is Goldschmidt the type of guy, or what do you know about him, that he didn't hold out, wait for big, heavy arbitration dollars, wait to hit free agency, as so many players do? And it's their right, so I'm not blasting them, but doesn't it say something about Goldie that he didn't need to do that?
Well, I think the more you get to know the individual, I mean, he is as good a person out of uniform than he is in uniform. I mean, he is very thankful for the Diamondback organization, the team that drafted him out of Texas State, developed him coming through the minor leagues. I'm very appreciative of what he has in life, and I don't think, Goldie's the type of guy that the big contract, something that really motivates him. I think he looked at it a year ago just to say, my first $30 million takes me to probably 30 years old. It sets me up for life right now, and I'm able to buy a home. I'm newly married, kind of lay a foundation here, not have to worry about living up to the big, huge contract. And if I'm as good as I think I am, I'm going to get that big contract once again. There's no doubt in my mind he will, and it'll be well-deserved, and it couldn't happen to a better guy. But that's the beauty of Goldie, and I think that's why fans like him. That's why we like him. He's one of those guys that's always, offering, hey, if you guys need me to go visit with Tanaka, you need me to go to New Zealand, you need me to go to Australia, whatever you want, and enjoys doing it and enjoys living here in the Valley. And we're stoked to have him. And, to me, I wish we could mold him, and have many more like him.
KT, where can this guy he improve? Because I watch him now. You look at his glove. He plays as good a first base as there is in the league. And here's a guy that hits. He drives in runs. He hit home runs. This guy is not only a tangible asset, but also all the intangibles that he brings to the table. Where can he get better? Steal some more bases, Goldie.
Boy, he steals bases too. He's usually our top base stealer. Him, it's
that was a bad.
We haven't seen the tip of the iceberg on what this guy ultimately could become in the game, and it's a credit to him. He's a sponge for information. He wants to continue to learn. I think this year, the one thing that he would like talking to him is to become a leader in the clubhouse, and probably felt a little awkward, being only a rookie a couple of years ago, but. To me, that's probably the one area that we could really use him. I think the players respect him. To have him kind of emerge as kind of that Chipper Jones kind of on a club that everybody watches the way he plays the game. This is, what we expect. And if somebody's not pulling their weight, we'll come down on him hard and say, it's not the way we do it as a Diamondback. So I'm hoping we get that out of him when it comes to what he does in the field and what he does as a player. I'm very happy with where he's at right now.
Why are you comfortable that Mark Trumbo, and I hopefully Mark's not listening because I'm going to sound like a jerk, but everybody else likes to say this guy's going to be a disaster is the word that I hear in the outfield. You wouldn't have done it if you thought that. So why will he not? Why will he be successful or at least average as a left fielder?
Well, I guess maybe it's history. I mean, I had Ryan Klesko went from first base to the outfield that we, won divisions with, and Phil Nevin, went from third base to left field. And, when you have somebody like Dave McKay and watch what Dave McKay did with Alfonso Soriano,
your new first base coach and outfield coach,
right, in Chicago. I mean, took a guy that was horrendous in left field to an average defender. And even Cashman said when he got over to New York, he couldn't believe the type of left field that Soriano played. And talking to Dave just over the last 10 days, then Trumbo's been out here, and he said, this guy's already got a pretty good feel out there. We got to work a little bit on the footwork. He's got a plus arm. From everything I've heard about the kid, work ethic, he's going to do everything that he can to become a solid everyday left fielder. And I think what you get in the way of offense, we've got Pollock and we've got Parra. We've got defenders to help him in those gaps, but I believe in him, and I guess I believe in our people and our coaching staff that they'll put in the time to make sure that he goes out there and becomes a quality left fielder.
How many home runs could you possibly see Trumbo hitting at Chase Field? I mean, is this guy's power as special as people say?
He's averaged right around 30, a little over 30 in a tough ballpark, and this division, especially, with Colorado, with our park, LA is going to be a little more difficult, San Francisco, San Diego. But with that roof open, when it starts getting a little, warmer out there, he creates a lot of backspin. And, people that have seen a lot of him just said, when he elevates a ball, it goes. Even his misses are going to go in your ballpark. So, I'll take I'll take 25 plus. If we get 30, we get 40, great. But, if I get 25 plus out of my 5 or 6 hole hitter, I could live with that.
When you're a GM, so few people talk about your Goldschmidt contract, or they talk about your great Aaron Hill trade, or some of the moves you made that are good. Everybody focuses on you're the guy that traded Tyler Skaggs, you're the guy that traded Trevor Bauer, you're the guy that moved Adam, whatever it is, whoever some sabermetrician says is the next prodigy. Kevin Towers trades him. Who are the young guys? Why are you so confident in trading young guys sometimes earlier in their career? What are you looking for in certain guys that you don't get? What are you looking for in guys that you do get? Why are you comfortable being the trader of young people?
The trader of young people.
I'm trying to sound like the sabermetrician who is wondering.
I think that, we know our players better than anybody else, and we should. We maybe over-scout our players, and we know character. We know from a health standpoint, our trainers are probably the most progressive trainers that there are in the game when they're measuring spines and looking at what they do off the field. Are they smokers? Are they drinkers? Do they stay out late? And then they rank these guys, these high risk, moderate risk, low risk, and then getting to know the player, character, plus, negative, okay. We weigh all those things. And to me, sometimes these decisions, people say, well, why are you doing that? Well, I can't explain it all the time, but there's kind of reasons sometimes behind my madness. A lot of it is, I don't think they're going to continue to trend upward. I think we've seen what we're going to get, and it might even go the other way. Sometimes I'm going to be right. Sometimes I'm going to. That goes with the game. You're not going to be right all the time, but I will tell you that every move that I made or make, myself as well as our baseball operations staff, is for the betterment of this organization. It's not for selfish reasons, not because I got an ego or I don't like this guy as a person. It's because I think in my heart of hearts that we're going to be a better ball club not only now and in the future. And a lot of people say, you know what, he does things because he wants to win now. Absolutely. I do want to win now. I think our fans want us to win now. If you're sitting there worrying about rebuilding in 3 and 4 and 5 years down the road, you're not going to be in this chair much longer. Used to be different that way, not anymore.
KT, you okay for 10, 15 more minutes? Hang around a little bit?
Kevin Towers continually joining Doug and Wolf. We haven't talked about Archie Bradley, and we haven't allowed you to ask a lot of questions. So tweet in your questions to Newsmakers Week, and we'll do that next with the general manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks, who just stared you in the face and said, I want to win now. More with him next on Arizona Sports, now on 98.7 FM.
The decisions they make influence sports in Arizona now and in the future. Every move they make is news. Doug and Wolf present Newsmakers Week 2014. Presented by National Bank of Arizona. Arizona Sports. Now on 98.7 FM.